In the past, summer hasn't been a great time for new games. It was more a chance to work on your backlog and not much else. Nowadays, new games release year-round, and this summer is full of them, especially for Nintendo, who are bringing a ton of tentpole titles to store shelves. But the eShop is also a great place for fun this season, and today we're bringing you the top 10 eShop games of summer 2019. Some just released and some are soon arriving, but all of them will bring you a lot of enjoyment during this summer season. All right, Gabe, we're going alphabetical. That's a good way to do this, and that means we start with Blood Roots, which has a tentative summer release date. No specific day or month, but it's coming quickly, and this one is wild. I had the chance to play Paper Cult's new indie gem at PAX East, and I can tell you it's already a gem. This is a game that borrows elements from things like Hotline Miami or Ape Out, but does it in its own style with a whole lot of pizzazz, because you're using weapons in the world and almost having to, like incredible machine, go through and figure out a sequence that helps you kill everyone utilizing what the level provides.
This game caught our attention when we first saw it, and you're right, it is amazing to use the environment in such a creative way, rolling on this barrel, getting to the next enemy. It all seems like a really fluid process.
Yeah, there's movement incorporated with the ultraviolence. You've got this crazy character with a wolf pelt on his head. I'm expecting some different skins maybe throughout to just bolster his look, and I really can't wait for the boss battles, because that is another element of this game that helps set it apart. From there, let's go to number 2, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. It's already available for $40, which is a beefy price point, but it is a beefy game. And even though it's been besieged with some issues on Switch, there is the promise that they will fix them, and the game underneath is very, very good.
Yeah, for me, as soon as they fix the input lag, everybody gets the A-OK to go purchase it at $40. I've still spent hours and hours with it on Switch, and I regret nothing. I'm going to keep on playing it. At first, I wasn't really sure if I was, but then as soon as I heard that it was going to get fixed, I'm fully on board. This is a return to form for Iga. The boss battles and the different abilities in the game are really, really cool, and it is a sizable experience like you mentioned.
Yes, if you like Symphony of the Night or any sort of Castlevania-like, then this game will appeal to you, and it's one, like Gabe said, that can keep you occupied. So even though it is the most expensive game on our summer list, it potentially also provides the most gameplay hours. Number 3 is Cadence of Hyrule Crypt of the Necrodancer, featuring The Legend of Zelda, otherwise known as Cadence of Hyrule. This game has been making waves all year long. It's $25, available now, and combines super cool gameplay from Brace Yourself Games and their Crypt of the Necrodancer, now series, with The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, the rhythm-based gameplay is super, super amazing. A little bit difficult to get used to, but then if you can't get used to it, you can just kind of disable that and you can just play it normally. It feels like a actual Zelda game, Zach, and that is something I was worried about when it first got announced. Was this going to be a Crypt game? Was it going to be Zelda? It's a perfect mixture of both. The music is amazing. The co-op is amazing. You and I got a little bit of an opportunity to play that. I powered through the game and finished it in half a day. It's not the longest of adventures, and you are getting a little bit of a premium price there because of the Zelda name, but this is one of the must-own games on eShop, and I feel like everybody that has a Switch and is a fan of Zelda should own it.
Yes, it's got classic bosses. You can play as Link or Zelda, 25 tunes from the franchise, and it is just quality around the board. Number 4 is Creature in the Well, another game with no set price nor set date, but it's coming this summer and you've got to keep track of it. I had a chance to play this at a convention as well, and it is an awesome blend of pinball and dungeon diving. They've managed to create a gameplay style that feels wholly unique as you utilize weapons and pinball to knock over barriers, defeat enemies, and move your way through an absolutely incredible looking world.
Yoku's Island Express showed us, Zach, that the pinball genre still has some surprises up its sleeve if you mix it up in the right way. And if this is anywhere near as good as that, people are in for a very good time. Over 20 unique items, you get to customize your playstyle with upgradable weapons and clothing that let you change how you play the game. I've had my eye out on this one since it first came out. Dude, I am so hyped for this one.
Yeah, and the way that they mess with perspective and setting the scene is really incredible. I think it'll grab hold of anyone who picks it up, and I'm curious to learn more about this creepy giant creature. Stranger Things has been occupying so much of my time. I hope that this monster is just as captivating. Onward to number 5, which is Fantasy Strike, a $30 fighting game releasing on July 25th. Now, you may scoff at that price point, but hold on, it's from David Sirlin, who was the lead designer on Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix, and he's trying to do something that has a ton of quality, but also brings new elements to this tried and true genre.
Yeah, when you show me a panda is playable, Zach, you know I'm going to be in for whatever fighting game you are making. And if he designed one of the classic fighting games like that, he gets a little bit of a brownie point, in my opinion, and I'm going to check it out. The price is a little bit steep, but you're going to get to play online, and every feature you want in a fighting game is going to be in this. So I am looking forward to it. The Switch has a plethora of fighting games of many kinds, Super Smash Bros. Being something totally different, but it's awesome to see this genre specifically be serviced so much.
Yes, it's using GPO network technology, so it should be a solid experience on that front, and they promise to introduce some new innovations never seen in other fighting games before, such as a visual display of frame advantage. So we will be checking this one out once it drops. Number 6 is a PC title plunging its way into the Switch ecosystem. That's Forager for $20 on July 30th. Now, this game is a self-described mix of Stardew Valley, Terraria, and Zelda, which seems like a near perfect indie eShop blend.
Anything Zelda, you know I'm there for, Zach.
Absolutely. You're gathering, you're collecting, you're crafting, building and growing your base, fighting, of course, raiding dungeons, all sorts of leveling up, abilities, skills, blueprints. I've been waiting for a while. I did not dip my toes into the PC version. I'm waiting for the port.
Yeah, puzzles and dungeons, mainstays of the Zelda franchise. That's what I'm looking forward to the most here in Forager. It also has touchscreen controls. It's going to be a really good version. I have it in my gut, that feeling, Zach, that is telling me, hey, this is going to be a perfect game to take on the go with you for those long lines at the doctors or wherever else. Yeah, this is going to be a go-to one for me, I think.
Gabe's gut check approved. Yeah. Number 7 is My Friend Pedro for $20. It's already out, and it brings banana-rific shooting action as you move through side-scrolling environments, but doing all sorts of advanced maneuvers, making sure to take down enemies with as much style as possible.
Yeah, once you master the controls, which does take a little while, you get to have such an amazing, amazing experience. We talk about games like Ape Out a lot here, and this one gives me that same feeling. When you get to the end of the level, the satisfaction of doing these insane acrobatics, bouncing bullets off walls, spinning to avoid getting hit, it's just so well done. It is one of Devolver Digital's best games, one of their best-selling games on Switch at this point, and I hope to see this game eventually get a sequel. I feel like it is also one of the must-own Switch games. This and Cadence have like really lit up my eShop love for the summer so far, and I'm excited. Zach, you haven't played too much of it yet. I want you to. I think you're going to dig it.
Devolver is a diamond developer, I'd say, for the Switch eShop, and it sounds like this one is another gem in their repertoire. Let's move to number 8, which is Rad, and it is a Rad $20 on August the 20th. That is the intended date. This comes from Bandai Namco and Double Fine. It is bringing some old school action and vibes to a world where different creatures and radioactive elements will mutate your player character, offering up new abilities and powers as you try to puzzle solve throughout a procedurally generated wasteland.
Yeah, some of these mutations look kind of gross, if I'm honest, but as long as the gameplay's fun, I don't mind it. It seems like classic Double Fine, which is also really good. The combat did remind me a little bit of Brutal Legend. I don't know if you remember that.
Ooh.
Jack Black joined before he
Bring
was
that to Switch.
But yeah, before he was a YouTuber himself. But yeah, seeing like your limbs grow to just weird sizes and you having a cobra head all of a sudden. Yeah, I like this type of wacky adventure. If the gameplay's there, I'm there.
Yes, there is a lot of battling. There are daily challenges. You can unlock new weapons and obviously powers. I played a demo, but out of context, it was a little confusing. I'm hoping from the beginning the structure makes more sense because I do love Double Fine and I'm excited that they are bringing something very cool to the Switch. Number 9 is a game I've been hoping would hit Switch, and it is this week. That's Skulls the Shogun Bonafide Edition for $20 on July 11th, and if you are able to pre-order before said release date, it's actually only $10, and at that price or the full value, it is a wondrous time. It's a nice strategy title. You can battle against your friends or the campaign, and it brings a lot of XCOM RTS elements into a beautiful skeleton package.
It does. I played this one back in the day. I thought it was a really, really fun time. I've never played against you, Zach, so we're going to have to remedy that at some point. The art style and the animation kind of reminds me a little bit of Castle Crashers. Like, gameplay-wise, they couldn't be, like, further apart. But this,
right.
Yeah, this RTS being, like, a little quicker and, like, faster, I really dig that.
Yeah, it's got a great flow to it, and it's one that you invest a good chunk of brain power, but it's not too much. Like, it just feels like the right blend of strategy and the right blend of fun. I think this is going to surprise some people, and it definitely deserves a new chance at life on Switch. Last but not least, number 10 is a doozy. It's What Remains of Edith Finch for $20, available now, and this is a game that will try your emotions in many different ways.
Yes, what I like about this one so much, Zach, is that it goes to all types of crazy places with the gameplay. 1 minute you're a frog, 1 minute you're just like flying through the forest. It is like really like cerebral in a lot of ways, but it's just a touching story about a family. It's won a lot of awards with good reason. I think the price is still like really, really good. It comes back to those days where like walking simulators were kind of a little bit more popular, but there is more to the game than that. I fully recommend it. I think it's really, really good. And Giant Sparrow, they outdid themselves with this one.
Yes, it merges a lot of different interesting gameplay styles alongside the exploration, so you do have fun mini games of sort to participate from a gameplay perspective as you soak up the story and the emotion. It's a touching one, and I think well worth anyone's time and money. Those are our 10 games, the best eShop titles of this summer. I'd say it is a pretty fleshed out list, and one that covers a wide variety of past, present, different genres, different price points, and hopefully there's something for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to play a little game here, Zach. Let's give them each one game that's already out and one that we're looking forward to. I'm going to let you go first.
Alrighty, I will start with Cadence of Hyrule because the existence of the game by itself is incredible. You take this indie franchise and you mush it right up next to Nintendo's best. That is amazing, and it's great that the gameplay holds up and they were able to find a way to incorporate some of what makes Zelda Zelda without sacrificing what makes Crypt, and that to me is magical. Now, for a game that is coming out soon, I am going to go with Creature in the Well because it's super intriguing to see the mixing of genres, and I love the camera shifts in this game. I think that's something that will just instantly distinguish this game from any other, and I hope that they're able to evolve the gameplay with those different weapons and some of the progression to create fun scenarios as you progress the whole way through.
Yeah, Cadence, Mustone already said it, but for me, I'm going to go with Bloodstained Ritual of the Night for the game that's already out. I know that the Switch version might not be the ideal one. Yes, it doesn't run at 60 FPS, and there was some issues at launch, but those are very clearly going to get fixed. They are dedicating all their resources to improving the Switch version now, which unfortunately is something that had to happen, but at least it is happening. It's still, at its core, a really well-designed game, so I'm going to give that one the go. It's a little bit expensive, but still amazing. All right, for the game that isn't quite out yet, Zach, I want to go with Bloodroots. I want that game so good, bad, because I've been having a ton of fun with games of this style. I think back to Katana Zero, Ape Out, even My Friend Pedro. They all have this very similar vibe of this, like, hey, you have this level, kill everybody in it as quickly as you can in the most stylistic and creative way you can. So I've just really been into this genre so far this year. So yeah, Bloodroots, especially with your glowing recommendation, having already played it. I didn't have an opportunity to do so, but the sooner this game gets here, the better.
Let us know in the comments down below which title you're most excited for out of our list, and any others that we may have missed that have been whetting your appetite this summer on the eShop. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and are pumped for more Switch games this season. There's obviously a ton of retail titles as well that are going to be awesome, so stay tuned. Until then, for myself and Gabe, have a fantastic day. We love you. SwitchForce out.